Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today we've got the first episode in a new series that I plan to do on a regular basis, which, for simplicity, right now I'm just calling the Sci-Fi and Fantasy TV News Update. This one is for items through May the 10th, 2025. I figure I'll wait and see based on volume of events and things happening, whether this is like a weekly thing or maybe an every other week. I guess we'll wait to see. I'll run through some of the interesting news items or trailer releases, stuff like that related to sci-fi and fantasy TV. And then down in the description of the video, I'll have links to all the items I'm bringing up, so you can check them out for yourself. And please do share, comments and thoughts below. Some of these items, if you're looking forward to them, or if you agree or disagree with some of the points I might bring up, just kind of a way for all of us to be aware of the cool things that are happening. And have some fun maybe chatting about them here in the comments. So by all means, looking forward to seeing your thoughts there. And if you do like this, please, liking the video, subscribing to the channel are a great way to help support it. So let's jump in and start talking about the items we've got for this particular episode. Up first, we've got the teaser trailer for the upcoming return of Wednesday for Season 2 on Netflix. Now, this is going to be dropping in 2 parts. I believe it's 4 episodes per part on August the 6th and then on September the 3rd. Now, this is just the teaser trailer. It's a fun one. I mean, it's been a couple of years. This show aired back at the end of 2022 for Season 1. So it's been a little while. I know it was really, I don't know if you'd call it a surprise hit, but certainly great to see how popular it was on Netflix. So excellent to see a little bit of info. I'm looking forward to a full trailer. I'm guessing probably coming in a few more weeks' time. Next up for items for you, we've got the official full trailer for Resident Alien, which returns to Sci-Fi for Season 4 on June the 6th. So just a few weeks away as we're recording this. This is a show that I find has just gotten funnier with each passing season. Alan Tudyk is wonderful in the lead. And just a nice ensemble cast. They've done a great job integrating folks and just some really funny stuff. Great to see, and looking forward to this 4th season here in just a few weeks' time. All right, next we've got the new show coming. You may have seen my reaction here on the channel to the trailer for Revival, which is a show also coming to Sci-Fi. This is premiering on June the 12th. And this is the show, as you look here at the poster, that Melanie Scrofano, who played Wynonna Earp on Wynonna Earp, will be leading, and many of us Earpers are very much looking forward to having Mel back on our screens. So this looks interesting. It's based on a comic. As I mentioned, I haven't read the comic, so I don't have a lot of background, but it's got some interesting kind of supernatural horror noir from some of the descriptions I've seen. I do have access to some of the screeners for this show, so I suspect I'll be doing maybe a spoiler-free preview after I watch the first episode to share with you folks. But this should be a good one, too, as I said, coming on June the 12th. All right, we also recently got a new teaser trailer for the show called Alien Earth, which is coming up this summer. We don't have a premiere date yet. I believe this is coming to FX. They've had a couple of teaser trailers out so far, very much focusing on the alien creature. We haven't really seen any of the characters yet, so they've done a bit of a good job with the tease, but I'm hoping we get to see some of the characters pretty soon in some of the teasers. And again, so far all they've said is summer, so we don't know exactly when that might be, but I guess we'll have to see. But certainly looks interesting to see how they're going to set this up in this world. All right, we also have the show many of you are probably aware of coming back to Netflix called Love, Death, and Robots. The Season 4 trailer has dropped. This is an anthology series, not one that I regularly watch, but I know it's pretty popular, so folks who are fans, I'm sure, are glad to see it's coming back. From what I've seen in the social circles from some of the friends of mine, I guess Season 3 they didn't enjoy as much as Seasons 1 and 2, so a lot of folks are hoping to kind of get back to its roots there, but that's something we're looking forward to getting. So good to have the trailer, and looking forward to seeing it coming up very soon. Next up, many of you may be aware that we have the show called Murderbot coming to Apple TV+. That's coming up here in just a matter of days from the time I'm recording this. I believe the premiere is going to be on the 16th of May. And what I've got a link in the show notes for is a kind of a behind the scenes, a little bit of a tease. Trailer's been out there, but this is more a look at some of the actors and the characters here. Alexander Skarsgård, many of you recognize from True Blood and other previous work. This is looking like it could be fun. I'm hoping I get a chance to check this out pretty soon, but it was certainly nice to get a little bit of extra info in this tease that they put out. All right, for those that are Netflix fans, I know many of you are probably aware that their Tadum event, as they call it now, is coming up on May the 31st. So I'll link in the show notes to a bit of a trailer for that. Netflix really likes to pump up their stuff. I know many of us get annoyed, shall we say, at the time frame between many of their big or popular shows, how long it takes for shows to come back, but that's kind of more of the streaming world. I don't want to totally blame that on Netflix, but they certainly do take their time sometime between seasons. But they've been doing this event now for the past couple of years to kind of help promote it. It's been evolving in terms of the format of how they do this. I think it was last year they did it over like several hours, over several days. They had like multiple hosts and folks talking about some of the shows, and it didn't really work well for me because there was a lot of fluff in there. But I guess they're changing it because this year it looks like just on the evening of the 31st, they're going to run that for a couple of hours. They do have already listed, if you take a look at the teaser, some of the different shows and actors that are going to be on here. I'm suspecting they might be announcing some dates. Fingers crossed for some Stranger Things details. Certainly for me, that's one of the big ones I'm looking at. And there's many others here as well. So that's coming up here at the end of May. All right, if you're a big fan of sci-fi especially, Foundation, based on a definite well-known series of books, is coming back for season 3. The official teaser is now out there. We also got the premiere date, which is going to be July the 11th. I watched season 1, kind of enjoyed it. Wouldn't say I loved it, so I haven't gone back to the other seasons yet. But I do have some friends, including Wendy over at Tuning Into Sci-Fi TV, who is a big fan, and she's watching and kind of keeping us posted there. But if you like the big epic storylines, by all means, this is visually pretty stunning. It's certainly a story that takes its time, as you can imagine, being based on a series of novels. But it is very well done. So good to see that we have a premiere date for that. All right, this is a fun one coming up. I know myself and many other folks were big fans of the original The Librarians TV show, which is no longer on the air, but they're kind of doing this new show, which is aptly titled The Next Chapter. And this link in the show notes is to a sneak peek. It's similar to the other one I mentioned earlier in that they're talking to the actors and Dean Devlin, who's behind the show, and some other info to give you a little bit of a tease. Now, I love the first one, The Librarians. I thought that was an outstanding series. So fingers crossed that this new one is going to be fun as well. I guess we're going to have to wait to see quality-wise. But the 2-night premiere, back-to-back nights on May the 25th and then the 26th, which I believe is Sunday, Monday, and then it settles into a Monday release schedule on TNT. So, again, follow the links in the show notes if you want to check this one out. All right, this is a fun one. Very offbeat. As you can tell from the smile on my face, Peacemaker was really a surprise, season 1, when it came out way back in mid-2022. But it was a very interesting show, I got to say. And many of you are familiar with the characters from the movies, the Suicide Squad and all. So season 2, we got the official teaser, not full trailer, but a teaser. And also found out that it's coming in August. So on Max, as you can tell from the slide we've got up higher on the screen. So it was good to get a little bit of info. Looks like it's going to be another crazy season. Can't wait myself. Very much looking forward to this one. So it should be very cool. All right. We also got the official trailer for a film now coming to Netflix called The Old Guard 2. Now, you may have missed The Old Guard 1, the first film. If you did, this came out back in the summer of 2020. So it's been 5 years between these. But it's still available on Netflix. You want to check it out. As you may recognize from the photo here, it's Charlize Theron as the star. It's about some folks who are immortal and some of the projects and things that they do. So it was an entertaining movie when the first one came out, so I've been looking forward to this one. I think it was shot way back in 2022, so it's taken a while to come to screen. But hey, better late than never. So it's coming on July the 2nd, so looking forward to seeing this one. There's a pretty big name star that's going to be coming in for this film. I won't spoil it if you don't like to know too much, but the trailer will give that away if you give that a watch. So again, link in the show notes if you want to check that out. Last kind of news item I wanted to poke on here. If you are a fan of The Good Place, you'll certainly recognize Eleanor here. But what I'm sharing in the show notes is a YouTube video. There is an excellent YouTube channel that I highly recommend called Cinema Therapy. It's a couple of guys, one of them a therapist, one of them a filmmaker, who get together to look at films and TV shows in great detail. They really break things down in a great and interesting way. I found them, I think, when I was looking for some Arcane content, being a big fan of Arcane. They had a great look at Arcane and then started watching some of their other videos. They also have a good one on The Good Place. This one, though, is specific, as you can tell by the screenshot here, to the character of Eleanor and the character journey there. So it's a good one. So check out the link in the show notes, another YouTube channel. Recommend. I think folks will enjoy it. Now, the other things I wanted to mention real quick as I'm figuring out what to include in this news series that we'll be doing. And again, feel free to drop any notes or ideas, but upcoming premieres to be aware of that I may not have highlighted here coming in the next week or two for you. As I mentioned from one of the items here, Love, Death, and Robots. That's coming on May the 15th on Netflix. Also Murderbot. That is May the 16th, as that premieres on Apple TV+. And then going out about a week after that on Apple TV Plus is the film Fountain of Youth. Now, this one is not specifically sci-fi or fantasy, if you will. It definitely could kind of qualify. It's a term I've used and we've used on our Tuning into Sci-Fi TV podcast, is that it's genre adjacent. It's some folks looking for the Fountain of Youth. So, hey, if they find it, that's definitely fantasy, right, if it's real? But this has got an interesting cast. John Krasinski, Natalie Portman, Eliza Gonzalez, and some other folks. So if you're not aware and you enjoy some, adventure-style stuff, this looks like it could be a pretty interesting one as well. So hopefully that's some good stuff to keep you folks updated on what's kind of happening. Let me know. Does this format work, this style? Is this something you're enjoying? What kind of frequency you might want to see? Based on the way news kind of comes out, weekly might be too often, meaning there might not be many items to cover. Maybe every 2 weeks of work. I'm kind of waiting to see, but I'd love to hear what the community has. So by all means, let me know, and any other thoughts or suggestions. Look forward to more coverage for shows and trailer reactions and all coming up. And definitely, as I said and teased a little bit, I'll try to put together a spoiler-free kind of reaction to the first episode of Revival, since I'll get a chance to check it out here. Now, they do embargo spoilers, so I can't share any details until it's time for that to air. But I can put some, non-spoilery thoughts together, so I think I'll work on that, too. All right, folks, I appreciate you taking the time to watch, and I hope you all take care.